Hello again. Today I'd like to just talk to you about how to use the Pearson website to gain access to the electronic book. You've already seen, hopefully, how to look at the labs that have been posted. This is Lab 1, that's due the first day of class. If you click down here under Chapter Contents, I have found the quickest way to gain access to the electronic book is to click on the Table of Contents tab, or click link right here, Table of Contents. When I click on that, it opens up the book, and now I have the whole book open to me. And when I go into the book, if I know the page number I want, I can go up to the top here and I can choose the page I want. If I know what chapter I want, I can click on the link down here. This is the table of contents, so you can peruse that by looking at these first couple of pages and see the topics that we're going to cover. And so if I click here for the next page, it'll show you the next few pages of the table of contents. That gets us up through chapter 7. I'll let you do that at your leisure. And we will actually cover up through chapter 8. And we're going to skip a couple of the optional sections, but we'll cover most of the topics from chapters 1 to 8. The first page I'd like to jump to is page 17 at the end of chapter 1. And at the end of chapter 1, at the bottom of the page, starts the key ideas and the key terms. These are all vocabulary terms that you're going to be responsible for that come out of chapter 1 that we'll be using throughout the course. And these are some of the key terms. You want to make sure you understand the differences between populations and samples, how to identify a variable, how the data was collected, and how to describe the data, as well as what experimental units were used. And then on the next page, at the top of the page, you'll see more of the vocabulary terms, all of these things, again, that you're responsible for. At the middle of the page here, you have exercises that I'm not expecting you to do in writing, but I would encourage you to look at these first 11 questions, which are really all about the vocabulary, and make sure that you can answer those questions with ease. I won't be giving you any paper to do this on right away, but you are expected to know it, and so it would benefit you to take a look at those and make sure you can answer those questions. Also on page 22 at the end of chapter 1, there is an activity that I'd like you to do in the next week. It's data in the news, and it asks you to scan your daily newspaper or weekly news magazine or do a search on the internet for an article that you are interested in that would contain some data. Data could be a summary of results of an opinion poll or something that is related to your major, whether you're in nursing and you want to look at some report on some experiment that was done or data that was collected. I'd like you to look for that, and then I'd like you to see about answering these questions from A to G about the data that you saw, or the article that you're reading, and just see if you can understand the answers to those questions. This is the focus of our class, and I want to make sure you understand that this is where we're headed, that by the end of the class you should have a good understanding of how you could write an article like that. Perhaps you won't get published after just an introductory class in statistics, but it shows you where we're headed. Again, send along any questions or concerns. I look forward to working with you. Take care.